how do these different experiences affect you as a writer?
It's a great question. So writing is interesting because it's a solitary experience for the most part, especially early on before you feel comfortable showing your work or your draft to anybody else. And also, as an aside, just with the writing process, I think those moments when you're first starting a project, writing your first few pages, your first few chapters, I think it makes sense, at least for me it does, to keep that very contained, not to talk about it with people, not to share it, because it's a really fragile moment. And the wrong kind of feedback at that moment, or a negative comment, or anything like that can really affect you. Or conversely, maybe you're going to decide this isn't the right project and stop. And that's okay too. But if you've already told a bunch of people about it, then you're worried about how it's going to look and so on and so forth. So I think I'm working on a book right now with a retired NBA player, and we're about halfway through the first draft, more than halfway through. And it's only now that I even feel comfortable saying that. And I told the player, I said, okay, we can start talking about it. You can start telling people about it now. Not that we're out there promoting or anything. In an artistic or creative endeavor, there's a moment early on where you just want to keep it contained. And with writing, those moments can be solitary because it's just you and your brain, you're just in your head. And so I think one of the keys, strangely, paradoxically, to being good at that is you have to have some material to draw on. So you have to be out in the world living life. You can't just be in your room or in your office or in the coffee shop writing 12 months out of the year.
Yeah.
You have to go experience the world, and then that's going to give you experiences from which to draw on when you sit down and begin to write. So having those experiences to then step back and say, maybe other people would be interested in reading about this. I think Steve Jobs said, you only connect the dots in your life when you look back. So when you're in the middle of an experience, you don't know, is this going to be a defining moment in your life or a pivotal moment, or would this make a good story or a good book? It's only afterwards that you can assess that. So oftentimes when we're in the middle of something, you're just experiencing whatever it is you're doing or what's happening. And it's only later you say, okay, well, I think I should take that experience and make it a book.